Morning and welcome back to another video, and today is another day of the 0 to Gold Cap Challenge. Now just stick around and enjoy the video. Okay guys, so today we have been farming up consistently for the last 7 days. Well, 6 days to be precise, because I'm recording it on a Tuesday because I'm doing a night shift. So I'm not going to be able to pump it out on the Wednesday because I will be asleep at that point. But other than that, we have done our 7 hours of gold farming for the week, and what we've been actually farming up is the lovely Blackrock Depths. And to be honest, the Blackrock Depths is a really easy farm to do. You just run in, gather them up, follow the route on screen, and you'll be able to pick up a decent amount of gold. I'm averaging around about 30,000 to 40,000 gold per hour. I've just finished the last farm for the week until we start the next Transmog farm, and we have been picking up so many items, it's unreal. Note to self, for this actual farm, I would recommend that you run it with your miner, because there are a lot of dark iron ore veins which are inside this instance, and pretty much you're averaging around about 4 of those per run, so you're going to get a lot of dark iron ore. Other than that, you do get a lot of soulbound items as well, and we will be covering this in a second. But other than that, you do get like things like the 6 of portals, all the old school transmog gears that you can get a hold of. And not only that, you can pick up things such as the buy non-equip items. I've got like the funeral pyre vestment, I've got the brain cage. The brain cage is really cheap, so it wasn't that great. But other than that, I managed to get the battle chasers Greaves, and they are going to sell for a lot of gold, but we'll get into that in a second. Other than that guys, let's get into what I do with all of the other soulbound items, or the other items I just don't want in general. So that being the case, let's go to my garrison. Okay, so for the first thing that you're going to be wanting to do is by pretty much just getting yourself a level 1 enchanter's study in your garrison. Now it's really easy to do because you pretty much just have to talk to this guy and he'll basically just give you the plans for them if you haven't done the quest. But if you played in Draenor, you've definitely got the plans for it. What I usually do is just set up my garrison as such with my bankroll over here, where I keep all of our items that we've farmed up, which we'll go over in a minute. And along with that, I can then click on this enchanter study, and I can then disenchant anything that is below Warlords of Draenor items just without enchanting at all, as I've still got my mining and my herbalism on this character at this moment. But one of them will be going actually again, and we will, because we're actually just going to dive straight into the transmog market, and we will start building up a strong amount of crafted transmog and farmed transmog each and every week now, because we're not going to be focusing on the materials anymore. So other than that, let's get into the items that I have farmed up for the week. Okay, so the items that were of note were the battle chasers Greaves. They are currently selling on a region market value of 24,000 gold, so that's pretty good. On my market realm, obviously it's a massively high pop server, it's about 3,700 gold. We have the battle callers Gauntlets, which that's not really too great. They're like one of those 300 gold ones. We have the Wall of the Dead we managed to pick up, which is a BOE epic, and that is an average of around about 5k for EU realms basically. And same again with the funeral pyre thing, it's about 6,000 gold for those two. And the brain cage is one of those ones where it's just a really cheap knockoff helm that you can get a hold of. So not all of these BOE blues are going to be amazing. The only ones that really are of note are the Wall of the Dead, the Battle Chasers ones, The judge's gavel is pretty good. Its EU market value average is around about 7,000 gold. And on my realm, this is the prized pig of it all, and that is this katana, which is the Doom Forge Straight Edge. On my realm, 22,894 gold, or on region market value, around about 24,607 gold. So pretty damn good for the BOE blues. We have got a 10-ton of these BOE greens and some actual recipes which we can actually sell, like the Mooncloth bag one, which is market value of around about 200 gold. So not too shabby. It's like a variation of like low end and medium end transmogs, and then a couple of high ends, which was like the Overlord's gear. But other than that, we actually managed to get a lot, and I mean a lot, of Runecloth. And to be honest, I really like how much Runecloth we've managed to get a hold of. Like, you can definitely see how much I've actually managed to gain, because we've filled up the entire bag of Runecloth. And at the end of the day, that's a really strong amount of Runecloth in order to sell. Unfortunately, the EU market value average is around about 1 gold per piece. But on my realm it's 28 silver, but you've got to bear in mind that this all adds up and it isn't actually a material farm. This is just bonus materials that I can sell on the auction house. All in all, the amount of Runecloth we actually managed to gather up was around about 3,821 of those, and for 28 silver, for 28 silver we can now work out the gold average for this. So for 28 silver, it's around about, yeah, it's not a lot of gold for all that Runecloth, but yeah, it's not even worth even discussing. But other than that, we managed to get around about 564 dark iron ore, and it sells for around about 54 gold on average, and that's pretty damn brilliant. Along with that, when you're actually farming up the dark iron ore inside of this dungeon for your transmog, you can pick up the blood of the mountain from the dark iron ore veins, which is selling as an average of around about 1,800 gold on my realm. That's pretty damn good overall for like a little bonus every now and then. But other than that, it's turning out to be a decent amount of gold just for doing this farm with just materials. Obviously I would like more, but unfortunately we're going to have to just build up our auction house with Transmog, as the difference between Transmog is we're going to need to have a massive variety instead of just gathering up 10 ton of materials and then selling them on the auction house. Other than that, guys, we've managed to actually gather up around about 245,000 gold worth of looted item value items. So that's pretty good to give a massive chunk for the week on bulking out our auction house. And we've got 10 ton of items we can list on the auction house as we speak right now. Obviously, this is a Tuesday, so I had to bung in an extra farm on one of those days just to make sure everything was going to be up to date, so then I can just do my night shift and not get and not have to like literally not sleep until the video's done. So I hope you don't mind with that one, but you guys are pretty cool, so you probably understand. But other than that, this week has been very good. We've managed to gain a lot of transmog, and we can now bulk out our auction house with all this stuff. Obviously, not a lot of other people sell low-end transmog, but I find it to be very profitable in the long run. So that being the case, let's get into the gold for the week. Okay, so for the actual first mailbox clean out, we are looking at around about 9,911 gold. Basically, we've sold around about 243 mailbox, like, we've got basically mails of 243. That's what I'm trying to say. Haha. But other than that, it's all low-end transmog and all that jazz. The only thing that was of note was the volatile water, which we managed to sell for 5.6k. So pretty damn happy with all of that. So pretty damn good, if I do say so myself. So we'll just pick up all of that. and that should be pretty damn good. If we're selling a lot of low-end transmog, it's a good thing that we're actually bulking it all back out, because it's rather helpful when actually making steady gold on a day-to-day basis. Now, for the next clean out, we're looking at around about 18,957 gold. That's pretty damn good. And the things that are of note are just low-end transmog again. We managed to sell the titanium ore, 81 titanium ore for 10,500 gold, so pretty damn happy with that. That was for the titanium ore farm that we did the other day, which was last week, so pretty damn happy with that. The rest of it is the Eternal Shadows, which we managed to sell for like 1,000 gold, and yeah, nothing really else of note. It's just all low-end transmog once again, so that is pretty damn good. But But to be honest, you can kind of get the gist on why I farm up low-end and medium-end transmog and sell that on the auction house as well as high-end transmog, because at the end of the day, it still provides me with a strong amount of gold each and every day just by doing my random jazz and everything. It's just nice steady gold that's coming in, and the majority of the gold that we're making is pretty much through that. But as you can tell, some low-end transmogs don't sell overly that great, because the next mailbox clean out is about 4,065 gold, which there is nothing of note. It's just all low-end transmog that we've sold again. Yeah. We can say that the Ember Silk cloth sold for 458 gold a piece, but that's pretty damn bad if I do say it. Like, just in general, that's just really bad. There is one difference between going from a medium end realm to a high end realm, and I'm really missing the old prices that I'm used to, so to speak. But for the next mailbox clean out, we managed to get 6,353 gold, and that the thing that was of note is nothing really much again. We just sold Eternal Life here and there. We managed to sell a Resilient Robe for like 800 gold. And to be honest, not a really good week when it comes to overall sales, but I'm not really too worried about that in general, because we're still trying to bulk out our auction house, because we kind of let the transmog end run down, so it's kind of like done its thing, and now it's just teetering and waiting for us to build up that auction house once again. The thing with transmog is we just need to keep it consistent and keep having a lot of items on the auction house to make gold, and that is more like it. The last clean out is 81,055 gold. Bam, baby. That's pretty damn good. The things that are of note, we sold some Storm's Vine. We sold the 3 stacks of Volatile Life for about 7,000 gold, 6,000 gold, pretty damn happy. We sold all of that Ajara's Veil for 9,000 gold a stack. That's pretty damn good. That's like 50k just sat there right in front of me just for the Ajara's Veil. So Ajara's Veil, pretty damn good. But obviously Ajara's Veil don't overly sell that really fast, so you just need to bear in mind that when you're actually farming up Ajara's Veil, it won't sell that fast. We sold the Saronite ore for 8,000 gold. We sold another stack for 1,871. That was the offcuts of the stack, and that's pretty much it. The bulk of the majority was the Ajara's Veil this week, because, like I said just before, we've let our transmog end run down, so it isn't making as much gold as it did. So that being the case, we need to move away from our materials and focus heavily on our transmog. But overall, we've managed to make around about 120,341 gold for the week, or pretty much the 6 days. So pretty damn happy with that. I don't think we would have made an extra bit more, probably about another like 10-20k for today. But we'll be covering that next week, because obviously gotta do my work. But we're currently sat at 1,065,431 gold overall. So we're 1/10 on the way there to gold cap. Obviously, this is the gold cap challenge, so I am not stopping until we are at gold cap. As a side note, by the way, I'm finding it hard to actually put all my Transmog items for the week all in the bank. So I would like to make a guild. If anyone's interested in joining a gold farming guild or just helping me make a guild so I can have a couple of banks, so I can have my guild bank tabs in order to put all my stuff in, give us a message in the comment section and I'll be really helpful. It'd be really helpful if anyone could help me with that. I need about 4 people in order to do it. So other than that, guys, have a lovely rest of the day and I shall see you on Monday. Bye bye.